Hello and welcome back to this kitchen renovation. Previously on, we took out the carpets completely, at least on the stairs, which I wanted to show you guys. And then I realized that what was underneath the carpets was very beautiful, but full of asbestos, so that all had to get redone and dealt with, which is not my area of expertise, so let's move on. Dad and I got a lot done, to which we high-fived about, and then I did apparently a lot of electrical that didn't actually have any electric current going through it. But better to be safe than sorry. Again, not my area of expertise, but some trim. And then we took out this non-existent but kind of existent fan, put some primer down. Dried that with a hair dryer to make it go significantly faster, and then came in with the ceiling paint that was the pink to white. Put the fan back in, or the lack thereof fan back in, sanded down everything, and started the paint job. Now continuing on. So getting started with part 2, there was this hole in the wall that was slowly kind of made into a spice rack. So in order to redo this without actually messing around with the structure of it, I simply cleaned it all out from the spices and then gave it a little bit of a wipe down and then came out with the primer. And then the paint job, which I actually added on as an epoxy paint, which is definitely a lot better than regular paint because it does provide a very tough, durable, protective coating that's easy to maintain. Apparently, because of its unique properties, epoxy paint is corrosion resistant, resistant to chemicals, and easy to clean. making it ideal for like garages, warehouses, or places that get a lot of use / cleaning with chemicals. And once that was fully cured, which does take a little bit longer as it is an epoxy paint, once again, rather than a regular paint, I added all the spices back onto the spice rack, now white instead of orange. And also to clean up a little bit and to get everything back in. Although the trim had been outsourced, it didn't match the white of the cabinets as much as we had wanted it to, so I gave that a paint with the white of the same color. Decided I didn't want epoxy paint in my hair, so I quickly put that up and carried on. Continued this paint on the outer side of where the dishwasher is, as food was bound to get there, and this paint is a very scrubbable, aka durable paint once again. Because I'm doing different like leg workouts, like going like this to paint, I'm like, oh, it's leg day. Took down a lighting fixture carefully, as there was not enough light around it to actually see what I was doing without the light on. But I was not doing any actual electrical work with this one, so the light didn't matter. Then moving the table and chairs to make it easier to navigate the area. And starting to give the ceiling a wipe down with TSP and then a rinse of all that. Fun fact, I found the footage of the piece that we installed in that little hole in the wall. Not the actual installation of it, but it's something. So here you go. Oh! Is that the perfect fit? Corey!
Calling me?
Yes!
Okay, coming. I heard bird chirping. Stop.
Yes! I went, caw-caw! Caw-caw! Where the fuck's the spackle? Call me and I'll come running with spackle!
We should be able to spackle over some of that.
No, without the spackle!
Come over you two.
Ow!
I hate watching you hurt yourself.
Seconds later.
Make sure the
For whatever reason, there was a portion of the upper trim that did not meet up with the oven and the stove fan, whether it was because they didn't have enough at the time or they just didn't care to originally complete it. Anyways, I digress. I realized that I had a quick, helpful fix to that, and it was simply to add some spackle, globs and globs of it with my finger to the area, then take a a sharp tool, and slide it down the area, half over the spackle and half over the current trim, this creating the shape of the trim on the spackle, like the design of it. There's no better way I can think of to explain this, so I hope the video does it justice. But this worked out far better than I could have ever imagined. I am still super impressed with it until this day. It's still holding up really strong. I don't see it going downhill anytime soon. I did follow up with this method a few times as well, though, prior to it drying, to make sure that everything was still set in place, as it was wet, and spackle, if you put enough in one place, it can kind of droop a little bit. I did paint it with the paint as I did with the rest of the trim when it was all dry to the touch, which I knew because, well, I used the pink to white spackle, as well as the ceiling paint. For the walls, we're taking this back to when I did the hallway makeover, which you may have already seen in this one. It was decided that the hallway color would also be the color to the kitchen walls to connect the two rooms, or I guess to connect the hallway to the room. The system that we set up was that my dad's partner Trisha would be cutting in, as taping everything off and cutting it in would take significantly longer than needed and waste a lot more tape than needed. And she's damn good at this. And I would follow behind her to paint the indents in the wall with a brush and then roll out the rest. Another little tip is if you're trying to go over silicone or something that paint won't properly stick to either hide it or just minimize the appearance of it, use a shellac primer. I don't know if it comes in any other application beyond a spray primer, but I picked this up from my local department store and it worked wonders. It simply needs to be sprayed onto the area, and if it is a smaller area, tape off the section or use some kind of barrier around it and spray. Wait according to the package instructions and then just paint over it with the same paint you're already using, because it does come out as a white. It did take some practice, but the end was absolutely brilliant. Can you spot where the spackle was added? Anyways, I digress. Back to our regular scheduled programming of cutting in and painting. Time and everything was soaked because I had the fabric in the sink, so it was drenched. Not that it matters that much, but I just, yeah. finish this entire kitchen today. I mean, besides this. But painting, no, we're gonna finish this entire thing today.
No, that's cool. That's very cool. I'm very delighted by this.
Yes. You can take the girl out of the craft room, but you can't take the craft room out of the girl. Okay, this isn't perfect.
What?
I know. I am ashamed. Oh, good. Okay. Also, I 100% just got gray in my hair, so that's cool. Try not to die here, Sarah. Let's try our best. Woo! Okay. Hello, friend.